My name's Theo Exploration, and the words that are in my head right now bouncing around, I've been trying to let them go and to listen as well. It's good to hear your voices tonight. Today felt like one of those days where you close the doors and draw the curtains, and I just let the walls get real tight. Inside, with the things that were going on, feeling sad one moment and upset the next, not knowing whether I should just close the door and stay inside or hop on my bike and ride down to Virginia. And I was happy to see a friend of mine's post talking about this gathering here happening tonight, people here reaching out to people here. I don't know what it's like to be black. I don't know what it's like to be gay or transgender. A majority of my life I've walked around as a majority of the people that I've been around. And more in the news, I feel ashamed and embarrassed of who I am and where I come from. And even in the toughest times that I've lived through, it's not been as tough as so many of the people that I would like to reach out to and call my friends. I take that for granted often, of how good life is, even when it's bad. And after watching the video of that car run into the crowd, they didn't need a gun. I don't think any guns were used yesterday. Cars and pipes and bats. And it echoes in my head that something needs to change. This kid that drove the car, I could see white supremacists putting him up as a hero. But today, and I'm so glad that the young man earlier who spoke mentioned her name, Heather Hayes. You know, she just showed up like we show up tonight. She just showed up, and today she's dead. And she is my hero tonight. Because it's so easy to do nothing. It's so easy to do nothing. I think about how things have been possible and how so much happened from Rosa Parks. I think about Rosa Parks, and I want to think about Rosa Parks because she was tired and she just didn't want to get up. And so she didn't. And they kicked her off, and it was a big thing. And the only thing that changed anything is that other people said, well, we're not riding the bus either. Which people were like, big deal. But then they realized how much money they lost when people didn't ride the bus. And how white supremacists were going to have to wash their own dishes and cook their own food and do their own laundry because people weren't getting on the bus to go to work. And when they realized how much money they were losing because people protested with their money, then they realized, well, something's got to change. So if we're wondering how Adolf Hitler got put into power, he was financially endorsed. He had money. If we're wondering about how Trump got presidency, he was financially endorsed. Where we put our money matters. 25 cents here, $25,000 there. Where we put our money, it talks for us. Rosa Parks didn't want to get up. And enough people said, well, then we're not getting on either. I am so glad to be with each and every one of you. I apologize for my white privilege. I apologize for, from time to time, my inability to communicate well. I would like to reach out through peace. Today, the last thing I'll say, earlier today I felt like I cannot tolerate racism, I cannot tolerate sexism, I cannot tolerate fascism. And of course I put it out on my Facebook. This seems like a logical thing to do. And it took like a matter of 3 hours before some racist, sexist, fascist from Florida decided to test me on it. And I realized, like, claiming that I'm not going to do something, it's only going to create more of it. And Joseph was talking about that earlier. And I learned a lot from Joseph over the years. And I'm grateful for you. But you're right. Sometimes the quickest thing to do only makes things worse. I'm glad to sit with you in silence tonight and to listen more.